Hello. This week we're going to be covering two chapters. In Chapter 9, we're only going to be looking at Section 9.2. And in Chapter 10, we're going to be looking at Sections 10.1 and 10.2. So in essence, even though it's both two chapters, we're only looking at parts of them. So it's really like we're only looking at one full chapter in a way, kind of essence. In Chapter 9, we're going to talk about that first. Chapter 9, like I said, we're going to talk about 9.2, which is on pages 582 to 584. These pages and this section deals with the strategic and financial viability of an online business. We really focus on the financial side of it, looking at their net margins, what they are like over time. We want to look at how are they sitting in the market, do they have a good profit percentage, those kind of things that we look at in a brick and mortar business. Also, we need to look on the online and to really tell how viable and how successful they can be. You're probably going to notice that our major companies that are very successful, Kraft, Nike, some of those that are very successful in a brick and mortar situation are also on the online situation very successful also. They're going to reference what we call the 10K form, or Form 10K actually, and this is something that the Securities Exchange Commission, or the SEC, requires businesses to report on every year. And what these forms do is it basically shows their in financial information, and it compares it for 3 different reporting time periods. A lot of times we like to look at it at 3 years at a time. Sometimes we look at at 6 months at a time, just kind of comparing what you want to do. This will show you their long-term debts, their short-term debts, how their growth has been, all those different kind of things. So it's just basically a reference of being able to look at companies' net margins, looking at their balance sheets and saying, okay, which one of them is a little more viable? You're going to start using some of those accounting skills that you had in your accounting class. The second thing we're going to do is look at Chapter 10. At Chapter 10, we're looking at Sections 1.1 and 1.2. And this ranges from 644 to 672. The first part of this chapter really looks at the various businesses that are based on a delivery of online content. We look at the overview of the overall size, growth, and structure of media industries in the United States, and then you're going to look at the publishing industry. A couple things that I want you to really get out of this chapter is that right now America is consuming more than ever, like over 4,200 hours a year per person of online media. Whether that is email, TV, videos, Facebook, whatever it might be, that's about how long we are on that a year. And so it really talks about the media coverage, what the media can do to get out there and to deliver that content to us, whether it's in a subscription, it's a la carte, or it's some type of advertising sponsored. The a la carte is something we don't see a lot of, but I think we're going to eventually, where you just pay for what you get or what you want. You can kind of look at iTunes as kind of a la carte, because you just you pay for what you want out of there. Section 10.2 focuses on the publishing industry. It really looks at newspapers, ebooks, and magazines. I love the thing where it said, we cannot forget magazines. And a lot of people think magazines are dead. There's something that is not out there, but the whole tablet scenario has brought a whole new life to our magazines, and I think you're going to see them starting to bounce up a little bit instead of down on some of their popularity. I also have a video I'm asking you to watch. It's called Restrictions on DRM. What this basically does is it shares with you and helps you understand a little bit more about DRM and what is digital records management and what effect is it having on some of the industries and some stuff like that, or what effect does it have on us also. There are 4 assignments that you have. The first one is analyze this. This actually gives you 4 fake companies that you're going to look at and decide which one is more viable than the other. You're just looking at the financial side, and it has you figure certain things out. It tells you how to figure them out. So it's very basic on saying net margins, this is how you do it. Look at the balance sheet, do this. So you should be able to figure that one out pretty easily. We also have a discussion on email advertising. This article came across my inbox on my email just this week. It talks about email advertising and how that is actually becoming more popular than Twitter and Facebook advertising. Even Google searches and the advertisements come on the side of your screen, and how email is being beneficial for that. So I'm just going to have you guys kind of do self-analysis on that for the discussion. The other two assignments, one is free or fee. It really has you survey some of your 20 people, some friends and family, anyone who's not in e-commerce. Not so bad, I have to worry about that so much with an online class, but in a face-to-face class, I want to make sure that they're not interviewing each other for the class. But just look at it. Would they pay for their favorite website a per month rate? And has them kind of just do a little scenario of that. And the last one, the online content basics, is just having you answer some questions over the first section of chapter 10, where you kind of are dealing with, or actually the first two sections of chapter 10. So some just basic things about that. So again, please let me know if you have any questions, and let's have an awesome week.